Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gift the Gab. We're gonna have a little guy talk today, man. We're gonna
Are
talk
you
about.
ready for some football? Remember that?
Yeah, you did. I do remember that. Just caught me off guard. I was like, is the TV on now? It's like, come on. But oh yeah, hey, they can lie. Football. That's when you can hit people in the head. And
Yeah,
that's what football.
man.
And that actually is a good way to go into that stuff. Right. So basically, this episode is about me and Jarvis play football going through school and life, and we talk about this all the time. We just want to put it on camera. Man, football has changed, bro. Like from when we were young coming up, and just how we were taught how to play football, how we were, the different techniques and different schemes of football. It's completely different, bro. Like it's funny. I was watching NFL Live the other day, and you remember back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, you run on first or second down to set up a short third down. People are now like laughing at that idea of running on first down now, right? And I'm just like, damn, football is really it's really changed, right? And I was in a couple of group meets. I was talking about stuff, and I know a dude was talking about, man, if my team drafting a quarterback, man, I want a quarterback from the spread system, man. Nobody want that pro style stuff no more. And I remember back in the day, if you was a QB from the spread concept in college, you wouldn't get drafted early.
No, you couldn't.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody oh, he done take snaps under center. Now nobody really cares about
Football has changed in a whole bunch of ways. Even the way that the physicality of it.
Oh, that's not yeah.
I mean, I think about it. I mean, I didn't play past. I played past high school, but I didn't. Not long enough to accumulate any serious injuries. When I look back and think about it, I had 2 concussions, a broken ankle. The most painful thing I had was a sprained toe. That hurt so bad.
Oh yeah, because everything you do is on your feet.
Oh my God.
On your toes. That's
Oh my God. Jammed wrist. I jammed my neck.
But that was kind of normal though. But for us, that was kind of normal. Like if you ever got a stinger, you remember how your coach would be like, if your neck started burning, you got a stinger. Right. Man, you're wrong. You get back out there. Nowadays,
this was like walking, like rolling out of the bed like this type swing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like for like a week or two. You feel me? Like
right.
those injuries. So football has changed. It's accommodating like people trying to play football and live a meaningful life at the same time. So a lot of that stuff I think it has been done to reduce the physicality of football, but it has changed in a whole bunch of other ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's overall in the physicality thing. I have no problem with that too. I mean, heck, I even think with me having a son on the way, do I want my son to play? Let's talk about that. Do you want Christian to play football?
I want Christian if it's lucrative, if it makes money, not for free.
Well, let me ask you this, right? If you had a choice. Of course, overall, it's based upon even my child, because we not tall people in my family, so basketball probably isn't up on the priorities. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep the hoop dreams alive.
I
He might have a killer cross.
He could, but he gonna have to have a killer cross. Look, in the NBA, if he try to get if Titus is like, pray to God he taller than me, Lord, please let him be taller. But let's say he's 5'10". Let's be realistic, right? Let's say he's 5'10". If he gets taller than that, who thank you Jesus? But he's 5'10". Look, Titus, you want to play basketball? You better have you a killer. You better work on your handles,
right? And
you better know how to shoot,
right?
Cause that's gonna be your saving grace, right? Like Van Vliet. Right. So like for me, it's one of the things like. Just not off the skill set, but just for me in general, Titus will have to say, "Daddy, I want to play football." For me to I don't want to say push him to play, for me to be like, "Oh yeah, my son can play football." I probably won't sign him up for it unless he wants to, right? Because it's a violent sport. Like I think back to how many concussions I probably had and didn't, do anything about it. Because back then it was, what I'm saying, it was different.
Pull you to the sideline.
Let me see
some water.
You good? You alright? Hey, you good? Go on there.
5.
That's close enough. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So, or a lot of times, but I remember one time in football. I can remember back now, looking back, I don't know what I know now. I'm like, I was concussed. I remember one time I was running the ball. Me and dude hit. Bam! I spun and kept running.
Yes.
For a second, I walked to the wrong sideline. I corrected myself, but realistically looking back at it, I probably shouldn't have been out there.
I got hit so hard one time that everything turned purple. Everything was purple. Yes, the color purple.
Oh, you got smacked.
Like purple.
And you probably didn't even think to get out the game, did you?
I I think they pulled me out for like 3 plays and I went back in.
See nowadays, bro, even coaching, like, cause I coach Little League, Pee Wee. So I've coached 4th graders, I've coached 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all those age groups. Let that happen. But let one of my kids go like, no, come out. For me, it's the same thing reason because I want to protect that child. Come on, look. I remember sometimes the kids like, nah, let me go back in. No, you have plenty of concussions to get in your football career if that's what you choose to keep playing football. Pee Wee ain't the place for you to get them.
Save those.
You know what I'm saying? Save those for later in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, concussions are bad, so I'm not trying to say concussions are cool. I'm just being real. Like, Pee Wee's not the place for you to get your concussions. Like, nah, this ain't important. Like, just being real. So with that, I'm pulling them out. But now I sometimes think about back in the day, and I even had a parent tell me like, "Hey, I don't, you can put my kid back in. I'm giving y'all that permission." No, I'm not gonna do that. You want another coach to do that? You can take a little kid on the team. Your kid. I told the same thing I just said. Your kid got a lot of concussions to get later on in his football career. Pee Wee's not the place for him to get them.
Absolutely.
Right. So it's like for me, it's like I don't want Titus getting concussions and stuff. You can get him in any sport. But that's really going to be a thing where he's like, Daddy, I want to play football. Because I'm going to watch it. He's going to be with me watching it. But it's never going to be a thing where, ooh, Daddy plays football. I want you to play football too. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm probably going to put a baseball and basketball in his hand. And also, too, until the NFL start giving guaranteed contracts, that's also, too, is giving my But just guaranteed money, Titus. Guaranteed money. Remember that.
But I look at football and football kind of saved my life. Like, it gave me an opportunity to get out of
the best team sport.
It gave me things that I wouldn't have got anywhere else, due to the way I grew up. But also, like, it gave me the opportunity to leave my hometown, which I love dearly. But without football, I wouldn't have thought that going to wherever I have been in life was possible. So I'm not saying that my kid needs that crutch because he has me.
Right.
I don't want to take that away from him because I've seen what football and other sports have done for people. So I don't want to necessarily say, and of course I take into consideration that he may have a broken arm. ACLs are they have knees, like that. But at the same time, I don't want to deprive him of opportunity based off my own fears.
That's real.
Because that might just be something that he's good at. And if Daddy doesn't say, hey, man, try it out. Try it. Go. Then he might not never know.
True.
True. So I think there's a fine balance. And plus, when I look at the league now, it's different like quarterbacks. Most of them are super athletic.
And more black ones.
And so, shout out to your boy, Lamar.
Hey.
Shout out to Teddy.
Shout out to Teddy.
Teddy ain't the most athletic one, but okay, whatever.
My man, but it's not even just that, bro. Think about the top 5 quarterbacks right now. We can debate the order, but if I'm gonna name my personal top 5. You may disagree, but Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. I don't blame him for his team. Deshaun Watson, I think he's still elite. I think his team just need a little work. So that's 4 right there. And then number 5, who did I say is number 5?
I bet you don't get it right.
Huh?
I bet you won't get this right.
I'm not gonna say Drew Brees. I don't even think I'm gonna say Drew Brees. I don't say Drew Brees. I'm gonna say Tom Brady.
Top of my consideration.
I'm actually really thinking about this. Who knows? I know my 4 for sure. If I say A-Rod, who would be number 5?
Just off this year alone?
Who would you say? You might help me out.
So same thing.
Don't say Aaron Murray.
The first 4.
Don't say Aaron Murray.
Aaron Murray is no. We talking about Kyler.
I said Aaron. I'm sorry, Kyler Murray.
Kyler. No.
Okay.
So the first 4, I agree with. Switch the order of Russ and Aaron Rodgers. Don't shit on Aaron Rodgers.
I want to put Lamar at 5, but I think it's his offensive scheme is his fault.
Josh Allen, number 5.
Number 5. I forgot about him actually. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, number 5.
I want to agree with that.
But the league has changed so much and everybody's so athletic.
But on the point,
but
they're
being protected differently.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So, but 2 things. All them 5 quarterbacks we named, right? We're gonna name 2 white guys. Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen.
Okay.
And out of those 5, all of them are athletic.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Like the game has changed.
Right.
Realistically, like I see it now where you have analysts talking about, oh, he's not mobile. Remember back in the day, oh, he's too mobile. He's athletic. He's gonna play receiver. You gotta win from the pocket.
They was killing Lamar with that, right?
They was, but now they was killing Lamar with that. Now people are talking about it. Oh, I remember I was watching Drew because Taysom Hill's been winning games with Saints now, right? He was talking about, I don't know, just let Drew Brees back in. You know, Taysom Hill's more athletic. Drew Brees used to be the full stuff for his height. Outside his height, he was a stereotypical quarterback everybody loved. He's in the pocket. He's smart. He can read defenses. But now, accurate. But now, he used to be athletic. Because Josh Allen, let's be real. Josh Allen is cool. I think, to me, he benefits from the scheme a lot and what he can do with his. I think a lot of times are more scared of him running than they're actually passing because he has a cannon, but he's not the most accurate. We got a whole episode on quarterbacks one day, but it's just like with him, it's his athleticism. Like he is a white Cam Newton. Josh Allen's a white Cam Newton.
He might have a little bit of a better arm than Cam.
But what did we say about Cam when he first came in? He had athletic, big and strong arm. What is Josh Allen? Athletic, big and strong arm. He wasn't the most accurate quarterback.
And let's be fair to Cam. Cam has been throwing the peanuts his whole career.
I will say this.
He's been throwing the peanuts.
And you know me. I've always said Cam is an inaccurate quarterback, and I wish he work on that. But this year in New England, man, that's the baddest for him, bro.
Bro, I can go to my school, my middle school, and go to the 8th grade hall and pick 3 receivers that are better than
That's not bad, but he's 5 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But I'm literally like, can we give Cam another chance? Can we give him a real team? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like he deserved it.
But it's crazy because back in the day, people was like, oh, Cam and that. But look, that's not the quarterback you want to get, right? Like, it's all about that, bro. Like, it's not about pro style more, it's spread. And even with my position running backs, right? Like, touches. It's not even about carries no more. It's how many touches you can get. Opportunities.
How many targets you get, how many carries you actually do get, how many.
Bro, I went to battle in a group meet. And I was like, bro, if we being honest, CMC Christian McCaffrey been hurt this year, so I get it.
Shout out to group meet.
But Christian McCaffrey is one of the elite running backs in the league. He is.
Probably the
I'll say Derrick Henry. In my opinion,
he's the most skilled. He is the most skilled. Christian McCaffrey is the most skilled.
Let me ask you this. I'm giving you 2 of the running backs compared to him. Is he more skilled than Adams and Cook?
More athletic.
The McCaffrey?
McCaffrey is strong as hell and he's fast.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not taking nothing away from McCaffrey. I think if you're my athleticism, I still think Cook is more athletic, but I say McCaffrey's better. To me, the best ability is availability, and that's my issue with Cook. Yeah, McCaffrey was out this year, but this is his first time being hurt since his whole career.
I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I think he's a better running back. I think there's 2 running backs in the league that are better than him.
Who?
Than Christian McCaffrey.
There's 2 that are better than him?
There's only 2.
Who?
Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry.
I don't share that. I think Chubb raw, bro. Only thing with Chubb is, and I don't think it's his fault, I just wish they would. I think a lot of times people look at Chubb and don't think he's as dynamic as he truly is.
He looks so slow. He looks super slow.
No, he be moving though.
22 miles per hour moving. This man is running faster than a small Honda. Like he is rolling.
But let me ask you this though, right? If you're, I actually had a debate with the group me the other day. Like, if you're in the situation of the Browns, right? You got Kareem Hunt, who's fairly young himself, right? They signed him to an extension, and you got Chubb. My opinion, I think Chubb's price tag is probably going to be about McCaffrey range, right? I think McCaffrey gets 16 to 17. I think Chubb will get about 16 to 17. He's led the league in rushing before, yards per carry. He's young. I think you do that, right? Who would you keep if you're the Browns, right? And I'm talking about bigger picture, not who's the better player, but financially, who would you keep considering that?
Oh, if I was a GM, you would hate me.
Why?
I would never sign a running back to a second contract.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you that.
I would never give him a second contract.
I think it depends on what kind of running back you are.
I don't give a damn who you are.
Why?
Because one, the shelf life. You come in as a running back, 21, 22 years old. The first contract like 4 years, 26, 25. If you sign a 4-year contract, those last 2 years you are 29 and 30 years old, and we know the history of running backs at that point.
Well, you can sign them shorter contracts, just more money in the front end.
Or you can go draft the rookie to do the same thing that they just did for
I hear you. You're not wrong.
And go and put that money in other positions that matter. Go and find you a left tackle. Because you are defensive end. Go get you a quarterback.
Because you're making a point that I was gonna say why I would keep Kareem Hunt over Chubb because it's cheaper. So you made my point. But I don't say that you shouldn't pay running backs. I just would say it depends on your situation, right? Like I feel like this. Perfect example: Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
They should have paid Henry before they should have paid Tannehill. Reason why I say this is Henry is their offense, in my opinion. Tannehill kind of reminds me of the year Cam won MVP. They had to hear me out. I'm not saying there's nothing to that level, but I'm talking about the style of the way he did it. Tannehill was efficient because he was getting play action passes and he was throwing it deep. And they have athletic receivers who can get yacked, right? So for me, that's based off the running game. So for me, Henry was your offense. He deserves to get paid that money. McCaffrey is your offense. He deserves to get paid that money. But those to me are the kind of the special backs. I think Zeke deserved that money, but I think
look at Zeke.
But see, with the Zeke situation,
look at Zeke.
And I'm saying, I have to get that. Running backs like Zeke and Gurley messed it up, right? Zeke broke off his money and he really ain't did nothing. He ain't played bad, but he ain't produced the level.
It wasn't just them though,
right?
We can talk
Who else got paid and didn't produce like that though?
Le'Veon Bell.
That wasn't his fault. He went to the Jets. Come on, bro. He went to the Jets, bro. Come on, man. But I'll say this. I will say this. To your argument, the Chiefs. Y'all saying did shit with the Chiefs since he been there.
Who?
Bell ain't really done a lot with Chiefs.
And that's the thing. So outside of,
but I think Bell. Honestly,
if you pay a running back, you have to pay everybody around him, and the success of that running back is contingent on everybody around him. From your left tackle to your right tackle, your tight end, your receiver. You got to have a quarterback that can throw to get the 8 man out the box. You got to do all that. If you have it, huh?
But look at Derrick Henry though.
Yeah, look at some of the stuff. He's not doing it by himself. He has one of the better offensive lines.
Man, Tannehill ain't like that though. And the receivers are athletic. But they ain't like that though.
Does Tannehill turn the ball over?
No, because they run the ball. So
is he a running threat?
Tannehill doesn't run a threat.
Can he throw the ball downfield?
Because it's play action.
Hey, listen, I ain't asking you because.
Yes, he can.
He checks the boxes. And in order for Derrick Henry to be successful, he needs a quarterback that can check the boxes.
Okay, so
the other way around, you have Patrick Mahomes, who don't really necessarily have really good running backs right now. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not the best running back.
I think Clyde's nice.
And he's not. But is he better than DeAndre Swift this year? Of what you have seen. No. Is he better than Jonathan Taylor? What you have seen?
But you know what?
Is he better than Antonio Gibson based off of what you have seen? Is he better than J.K. Dobbins?
Nigga, I'm trying to agree with you. But no. When I stopped and I thought, I will give you this. So why I say you have a great point. Because in his system, he really doesn't get attention like that. What I mean by that is, let me see what I'm saying. In the system that they have in Kansas City, you got Kelsey and you got Hill. Mm-hmm. There's no way in hell you can load that box. Right? There's no way. You got Pat Mahomes quarterback. No. There's no way you can load that box.
It's definitely more than 6 people in that box.
So to your point, yeah, he should be performing.
He should be. But the thing is, they're doing well, and it doesn't matter about the running back. If I'm the GM,
they got Pat Mahomes. Let me ask you this though. Because, it's supposed to be when football has changed. We just got the overall football conversation. So it actually to a good point of this. To you, with these quarterbacks, and also how football has changed. Quarterbacks, I feel like when we were younger, weren't getting. I feel like now, if you're a quarterback, if you've had some level of success, you're getting $100 million. That's just automatic, right? So to you, what about that do you feel like is wrong, right? Because I feel like certain quarterbacks don't deserve $100 million. Like I feel like Tannehill, he didn't deserve $100 million, right? To me, if I'm going to pay a quarterback $100 million, and the reason why you said Pat Mahomes, because we talking about the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes to me is a quarterback that resembles somebody who owes $100 million, right? Because I think with him and his ability, he enhances everybody else around him, right? Because Kelsey and Hill, they were there when they had Alex Smith. They weren't putting these numbers up to Alex Smith. And I like Alex Smith. I think you're actually a pretty good quarterback. You just just average and safe. But you know what I'm saying? Like it just for me, it's like Pat Mahomes is that quarterback, right? So another thing talking about the changes. What to you as a quarterback deserves?
So let me say this: I run my Madden football team on a all-star level. I am the GM of all GMs on Madden.
Okay.
I make some shit happen. You feel me?
Okay.
Teams be legit. You feel me? In my Madden experience, what I have learned is people are not paid off of their merit and their skill. They're paid off positional value.
True.
Right? So if I'm a quarterback and the baseline for being a starting serviceable quarterback is $80 million, I may be worth about $15 million, but I'm not apologizing for taking them cold 80. You feel me?
My man.
So the thing is, unless you got somebody else in this locker room who can do what the fuck I'm doing, pay me.
So you saying is because the market, purely just because
it's the market value.
Yeah,
You feel me?
I am a perfect garbage, man.
Perfect example. I know this is gonna sound disgusting to you because this ain't your thing, but I like dark meat chicken. I wanna die. I wanna fry that bitch, hot sauce, give me some bread. You feel me?
Yeah.
It is delicious, but it's the cheapest shit that you can buy for chicken. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's delicious to me, but the value isn't high. I hate breasts, but they're kind of expensive depending on when you buy.
Yeah.
But the value is high. I don't think they're worth it, but I get it. It's a breast. You pay for what you get. You feel me? So it's the same.
That's how you twist that around. That's how you did that. Okay, I see.
So that's how I look at it. Like, shit, Matt Ryan wasn't worth all that money, but what's the alternative?
Right, it's funny because my pops always, man, who else you gonna get? You want to gamble with a rookie?
Do you know who the backup is in Atlanta?
The Shaw, man.
Matt Shaw.
Remember when Matt Shaw was raw for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, he made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he was nice for like 5 minutes. It was Andre Johnson. But I ain't gonna lie, there's a couple receivers that we had was raw back in the day that I wonder if they played now, how they would do like.
But I mean, maybe he was getting ready to say this. If they played now these spread offenses, what would it look like? If Jerry Rice was a slot receiver in a spread offense, what do you think his career would have looked like? Because he wasn't fast, but he could separate. He could call everything.
What else could Jerry do that he's already done? Jerry Rice is the GOAT of football.
No, he's not. He's the third best receiver of all time.
Wait, third best. You mean you talking about Jerry Rice, his third best all time? He owns all the receiving records.
Bruh, he would catch the ball 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Ain't like he was out here really just putting moves.
What's the difference between that and Odell Beckham? What he do now? His little slants and shit. Ain't no different.
Bruh.
How are you gonna say Jerry Rice is number 3? Who's the 1 and 2? It don't matter who 1 and 2 is. How you ain't got Jerry yet?
One.
How you ain't got it? But like, who you got about him though?
Randy Moss and Terrell Owens.
I don't disagree with those names, but there's no way you could put them in front of Jerry.
Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss. You had to lock up one of the three.
Those names are what you said, the order that I have them. Jerry, T.O., and Randy.
If you had to lock up one of the three to save your life, who do you want to be in front of?
One of the 3?
You had to lock up one of the 3. They can't catch a pass on you.
They can't get a pass on me. Let me ask you a question. I'll make sure I understand your question. Are we talking about a full game? We talking about one play?
4 plays, 1 series.
4 plays, 1 series? I'm okay. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna give you the answer that you want because it's just real. If you're talking about just 4 plays, I'm gonna say Randy because he's just that damn athletic. And one of those 4 plays, he's gonna beat you over the top. It just is what it is. There's nothing, no technique, nothing you can do.
Just move him out of the way.
No, put him over there by himself. One more coverage to make sure.
You got
T.O.
and Jerry.
But I'm bringing this back.
You got T.O. and Jerry.
No, I'm doing what I'm saying. But when I'm talking about for a full game, I'm gonna say Jerry, right? Because wait.
So I want you to know when you say the name, this is the person that you would rather cover for the full game. Who would you rather cover for? I just want 4 plays.
At all,
to save your life.
Who would I rather cover to save my life?
Yeah.
Out of those 3, probably T.O.
You would rather cover T.O. over Jerry Rice? Think about the physical difference.
Because you're talking about the physical thing.
And
right?
think about everything that Jerry Rice.
Football is more than. Let me ask you a question.
What could Jerry Rice do that Terrell Owens could not do?
Jerry Rice is a better route runner.
Marginally.
No, I think it's a big. I'm not saying it's a big old gap. Okay, we want to be real. Jerry, I will give you a reason why I say Jerry is better than T.O. and Randy. Because Jerry can do things that each of them brothers can't do. One, Jerry had better hands. They had better hands than T.O.
Jerry wore stickum.
Jerry had. What do you think them gloves are made of nowadays? The same thing.
Jerry wore gloves and stickum, but keep on going.
Oh, same thing with Randy and T.O.
No, they did not.
Jerry had better hands. Jerry can run better routes. Randy Mark. Jerry could hell a lot better routes than Randy. Randy was, and I will give Randy his credit. He had a talent to run that damn goal. And the go route
in the corner.
No, I wouldn't say the post. His post is, I'm just more athletic than you, so I'm gonna beat the safety. So that's my opinion.
If I get on your hip, I throw my head up.
That's not technique. That's not technique. I'm just faster than you.
If I can get on your hip.
But Randy's technique was not good at the beginning. Jerry's technique was A1 from day one. Jerry's hands were A1 from day one.
Carl, if y'all are listening to this, if you're looking at this and you're listening to this nonsense, this man
you talking about Jerry Rice is
rank your top three. Bro, come on. Jerry Rice was great. He was great, but he was the benefactor.
Jerry Rice was the GOAT.
Until the young brothers came in and they broke them down.
Randy Moss is a one-trick pony. His route was a go route. The slant is the easiest route anybody can run. It's 1, 2, 3, bam. If you're fast and athletic, you're gonna beat everybody. I'm not gonna count that.
That's a hell of a trick, and that's a hell of a pony.
Because he was good at it. He had a one trick, and he was fucking good. I will give you that. But I'd rather have the receiver to where he runs a go, post, and a corner. They all three look the same. Because as a DB, you are not gonna know how to stop.
I would rather have a receiver if the ball is thrown in his direction.
Well, that point you might say Megatron's number one.
Before he catches you like this, because you already know what's
going on. Okay, then let me ask you a question. Randy Ross, Megatron. Megatron was just as fast.
No,
yes, he was.
He wasn't quite
Megatron was just as fast, and he was bigger and stronger.
I didn't see enough of Megatron to with fidelity put him on this list. Megatron was.
Wait. No.
Megatron,
what you said.
I'm telling you. Can I ask?
Okay. Go.
I view Calvin Johnson the same way I view LeBron James.
That's kind of disrespectful, and I don't even like LeBron.
Not from an accolade standpoint.
Okay. I'm just saying.
From a physical standpoint, we can debate where his place is, but from a physical, I check the boxes, right? For everything that we think DK Metcalf is.
Defend LeBron. I'm not at you right now. Go ahead.
It happens. For everything that we think DK Metcalf was, Calvin Johnson was a little bit better in all those areas.
Okay.
So physically, he's the most physically.
And I'll say the same thing about Randy too.
Randy wasn't tremendously strong,
and
he didn't have that contact. If he hit Randy, he was going to fall.
And the reason why I don't like LeBron James comparison, oh God, I feel sick of that. The reason why I don't like LeBron James comparison is this: yes, LeBron is physically imposing. LeBron straight up probably the most gifted basketball player outside of Wilt. It's probably one of the most gifted basketball players outside of Wilt and Shaq. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm going to straight out. Probably most physically gifted, but he very much is also a student of the game. LeBron very much is not just winning off of just pure athleticism. He is very much a student of the game, gets the game. I cannot say that. I can't say that about Randy.
I'm not talking about Randy. I'm not talking about his.
But you said how you see Megatron.
I said I see Megatron in the same light that I see LeBron as far as the physical attributes per the position.
But I feel like with LeBron, just keep it. Oh, I hate defending him. But like, literally, he did bring us some rings, ain't playing. But for LeBron, he's just not physical. Like his physical attributes.
I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying Calvin Johnson was. Yeah. Calvin Johnson had some savvy in him. You have to be savvy to run the routes that he ran as big as he was.
But Jerry was doing that from day one. This is also why
I'm not talking about Jerry.
And this is also too why.
Damn Jerry.
This is also why I take away from Randy. Jerry Rice was very much consistent throughout his whole career, right? Randy was not consistent. Because you know why? What happened to his Raiders days?
Oh, it wasn't because of it. It was an I want to, not an I can thing.
So how can you be in the top 3 and you literally did not try hard?
Oh, so you a try hard?
No, it's just the facts of the game.
I'm gonna go out and give him my best effort.
Why? No, it's just real.
I'm gonna
because Jerry was athletic. Jerry worked hard.
Jerry
and
was not
a technician.
super athletic.
He was athletic.
That boy ran the same 40 I ran.
This man would eat Dion, but he's not athletic.
He ran great routes.
That takes athleticism too.
No, okay, whatever. He wasn't.
Do we not see highlights
he
of
wasn't
him catching
he
and
wasn't
running away from
He
people?
wasn't explosive. He wasn't explosive.
This episode went from us talking about how sports has changed, how football has changed, to your
how you know some shit
about Jerry. No, you said Jerry Rice was third all the time.
And I stand by that.
Randy Moss literally had a period of time where he was irrelevant. And you have him above Jerry? When was Jerry ever in his career irrelevant?
So, when he was with the Raiders, the same place that Randy Moss
No, still made Pro Bowl.
Pro.
Still was a Pro Bowler. Still was getting 1,000 yards receiving. Still was getting 100 plus carries. And this nigga was old.
And he had braids, too.
And he was still killing. He was still killing.
He wasn't killing. Come on now. They always say, Jerry Rice.
Bro, he was 35. Jerry making the Pro Bowl.
Jerry Rice and the Raiders was the same thing as Jordan on the Wizards. It's the same thing.
Randy was still in his physical prime, and the Raiders are still didn't do
Who was his quarterback?
What does that matter? Who was Jerry's quarterback?
Rich Gannon.
Really? Rich Gannon.
Hall of Fame.
Rich Gannon is not a Hall of Famer.
Well, he was an MVP or MVP candidate. He was very good. He was very good in that season. He was very good with him. To that extent, they were very good together. But now, who was Randy's quarterback with the Raiders?
I don't even remember that.
Right. That shit matters, bro. It was a different time. It was a different time. He did not want to be there.
But how you gonna get you didn't use that for Rich? Who's Rich
So
Gannon?
what happened when
Who was Rich Gannon?
So what? For everything that you want to give Jerry Rice and most of his career,
I put T.O. in
was
front of
with
Jerry.
Stevie Young.
I do put T.O. in front of Randy. I do want to make sure that's clear to you. I put T.O. in front of Randy. T.O. ball no matter where he went, no matter who the quarterback was, did not matter. He was going to ball.
He had some very good quarterbacks too.
Who?
Who T.O.?
You said very good.
Steve
Young was old. McNabb was above average.
If McNabb was in the NFL today, then go with the
You know what? Tell the back.
Come on.
When we saying very good, what's very good? Name me a quarterback.
I can get you to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Okay, McNabb that. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay.
And the worst quarterback he played with was Tony Romo, who was actually kind of good.
But is Tony Romo Tom Brady? Is Tony Romo Steve Young? Is Tony Romo Joe Montana?
You talking about the quarterback that Jerry Rice?
I'm just saying.
We compare him right now to.
That's why I say T.O. number 2. Because T.O. no matter where he went, he did it. But Jerry did it.
So
Jerry literally set the bar.
If I'm a receiver and I got to pick between Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Rich Gannon, and then it's Dante Culpepper.
No, Randy, Dante Culpepper.
Rich Cunningham, who was 55 years old when he was a quarterback.
And Tom Brady.
But they wouldn't even know the quarterback for the Raiders. Like, it's a significant difference.
Dante Culpepper made the Pro Bowl. He's not going to divisional round. And he made.
You know what you said?
You said very good. Can you get me to the divisional playoff round?
But that's the same thing. That's the same thing.
Randall Cunningham did the same thing.
He did not take him to the divisional round.
Rich
Gannon took him to the Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. The year, I think you're actually incorrect. The year that Randy's first or second year, when Minnesota was his rookie year, they had Cunningham. That's when they went to. I want to say
they lost to the Falcons in '99.
Yeah, Clippers. Yeah, the Falcons Super Bowl.
That was the divisional round.
No, that was the championship.
They lost before the divisional round. They lost in the division. They didn't make it to the NFC Championship.
You said get me to the divisional round.
Okay, but
that was
the second round of the playoffs. Okay, whatever. But everybody's had that type of quarterback, and I'm telling you that if I had to take one of those three, I'm not taking Jerry.
And I'm gonna say this: the reason why I say I give Jerry that credit. The reason why I give Jerry that credit is because his Raider years. That's just for me. His Raider years, like, dang, bro, you still doing this? Some cornrows and you old as hell? Oh, you the GOAT. You the GOAT. But that for me was like, you are the GOAT of receivers. He has had like literally, if I was to teach my son, if my son was like, Daddy, I want to play football, and Daddy, I want to play receiver, go watch Jerry Rice. Come back talking. That's who I'm going to send my son to watch. I'm not sending him to watch Randy.
Yeah, no, because my son can't. He probably won't be running a 4.1, 4.240. So
that right there shows
shows you Randy Moss was just an athlete.
His skill set doesn't carry.
So he was just physically gifted. That's it.
Randy Moss was just an athlete.
Yes. And I've had this debate before. Randy Moss did not maximize his talent. You realize if Randy had the same mentality as Jerry Rice, what he could have done?
You know what you remind me of?
For sports.
You remind me of one of them old man that sit on the porch and said, "If I had like them youngsters, I'd be rich."
What up? That's true. I said that, but that's factual, bro.
No,
okay,
it's
so next
not.
question. You remember? Okay, what's that? You remember the black quarterback got drafted first? Actually, he's the one that made the rookies have like a pay scale. Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell, yeah.
Athletically gifted.
He wasn't athletic.
Yeah, he was. He had a strong
He had
arm.
a strong arm. He wasn't athletic.
He didn't work.
We never knew how athletic he was.
He didn't work.
But you can't get to the level of success that Randy Moss got to and then say you did not work.
I didn't say he didn't work.
Shitty situation.
But there was levels to it. Bruh, the fact that you said, and that we seen him say he didn't try hard every time, means he didn't try hard every time.
I didn't say he didn't try hard.
He said it himself.
I said he was in a fucked up situation. In that situation,
I'm not hearing it. That's an excuse. That is an excuse.
But let me say this.
If you see your
as comparable as
you know what?
As comparable.
How did Jordan play with the Wizards? How did Jordan play with the Wizards? He was old. Did he not still play hard? Did he not go hard?
He shot 42 times a game. He owned the team.
He still went hard.
Jordan, I'm the boss. If I sell your check, give me the fucking
ball.
ball.
That's the way Jordan is. But if you are really that good,
hear me out.
All elite players have elite work ethics, bro.
And keep in mind that Jordan got the accolades in his team with the Wizards because niggas in the league was looking out for him. He started that All-Star game.
Jordan also had that same competitive fire, though.
See, and that is we got competitive fire. I can't go out there and give you 55 yards.
The thing is, though,
well, bro, you actually probably get
55
yards. You got your body good enough to break a 20-yard run. But it's just like, what I'm saying is, to me, I credit that, right? It's the same thing when people be talking about Emmett and Barry, right? I always will say Barry's a better athlete. But in the day, Emmett put up stats, right? We can debate the reasons why for that all day. But it's the same thing. Like, to me, in this situation.
It's not the same thing. That is. I just told you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Emmett
even said he didn't like football like that. So you're right. That was a terrible example. Yeah. I got a terrible example. Either way, Jerry's back. Hey guys, we're gonna help subject debate. This episode was supposed to be about how football has changed, but no, this came debate episode. Comment below. When we put this on, we're gonna put this on social media too. Comment, let us know who is the greatest receiver of all time. Give us your top three. Jarvis said his whack ass list. He had what was it? It was Randy, T.O., and then Jerry.
So keep in mind that I'm basing my list off who would I want on my team first.
Man, no matter how you say it, it's who you think you'll get.
You can't judge careers because everybody ain't played the same team. They had certain circumstances. I'm talking about if I had to take a receiver just out of it in the vacuum, who is the first one I'm taking?
Okay,
I'm taking Randy Moss first.
Okay.
Every single time.
And I'm gonna say my top three are Jerry, T.O., and Moss, right? So let us know what y'all top three is. Looks like this episode supposed to be about football change. It turned into a debate episode. And we appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next time.
So really what you said ultimately was, what does relinquish mean to you? So like, what does that even mean to you in the first place? And what you want to convey in our show?
So like relinquish, when I hear that and I think about what you guys have created and what it is to me. So a lot of times when we hear the term or we feel the analogy of like somebody being shackled or held down to whatever circumstance that is holding them down, we think about the cuffs actually being an exterior force that's right around your wrist. Sometimes you are holding on to those things, and then when you relinquish it, let it go, you're free, right? So, but that is a process within itself.
You create your own freedom, ultimately.
You creating your own freedom. The freedom is there. You feel me? Like there's always going to be outside forces that influence you to behave as if you were entrapped. That ain't necessarily it. You feel me? So when I hear relinquish, you're letting go things that are holding you down from being free. Like literally Erykah Badu bag lady. Like let the bags go so you can fly. So that's what I hear when I hear relinquish.
That's real, bro. I mean, that's ultimately what relinquish what we try to convey. I mean, ultimately, we're trying to let people know, like, your freedom is really your own. The freedom is there for you to obtain. The freedom is there for you to get it, but you have to let go so you can be free and fly away. I mean, really, just what you said, man.
Absolutely. So even when I think about what it is that we are in the journey of where we're trying to create, and this is a show, and it's so many. Let's not get beside ourselves and say that we're groundbreaking and we're doing something new. It's men talking about issues from a man's perspective. At the end of the day, that's what it is, right? Yeah. But what I want people to know is that what I hope is different, or what we're even. I hope this isn't different, but I hope what is the message, what you get from us is, while what we're saying isn't fact, and it may not be fact.
No, it's not fact.
Yeah, it can be based on facts, but it ain't fact.
We're not getting the bullshit.
And it isn't the truth, right? This is our truth. This is what we feel to be true. This is what we think is, what is relevant. This is our moral scope. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you have to trust your own truth. You have to believe. You have to find what it is that you believe, and you have to live by that code. And hopefully that coincides with everybody else, and you just doing your part to make this world a better place.
See, this is why you were one of the first people to take pictures of. You explained it perfectly. But no, bro. I mean, I definitely do feel you in that. Like, ultimately, what we want people to get from Relinquish is really what you think it is. I mean, honestly, ultimately, it's about being free. Right. So, whatever your idea of being free is, that's what it's gonna be.
So you gotta understand, like, Relinquish is, as far as what you guys built, like, you have to go straight to the source for that. But use Relinquish as a term, as a word, as a lifestyle. That ultimately, I'm telling you to use that to set you free.
Right.
That's it.
That's all we need.